I am so tired of the Kobe disrespect, bro. Number one, let me just say this. If everybody could have won with Shaq, why wasn't anybody winning with Shaq?
Mm, that is
If
a good question.
everybody can win with Shaquille O'Neal, why wasn't Eddie Jones and Nick Van Exel winning? That was one of the best backcourts in the league at the time, correct?
Mm.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now they played Michael Jordan. They beat Mike, right? They beat Mike. What was that? 95, 96, 96.
I guess the argument would be Shaq wasn't ready to win yet because that
Oh,
was a
Shaq wasn't ready
goalpost.
to win
That
yet.
was a goalpost that I got pivot off to.
Oh, okay, okay.
That was my first time
This
hearing that too.
this Kobe and T Mac conversation, I wasn't gonna really say anything about it because truth be told, I love T Mac. You know what I'm saying? T Mac's one of my favorite players of all time. You know what I'm saying? But it's unfortunate that we're here and everybody wants to bring up Kobe winning with Shaq as far as I would have won a ring in that situation. What
Mm.
I want to say is, and what I want to talk about is, why is that the only situation that gets brought up when replacing said player with said player?
And not only that, why is it that the only situation where we do that and then niggas will immediately be like, "Yep, nah, I immediately just would have won,"
I just would have won. Yeah.
even though I tried to do the same thing with him with Clay. He was like, "Ah, nah, the defense." I'm like, "Okay,
Clay
okay."
Thompson is a bridge too far. But yeah, I'm just gonna replace Kobe, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like this is crazy work. Even in the 2000 run, what I want a lot of people to understand, I think Kobe's impact on that run even gets underrated and understated because that was an all-time defensive run that he had in 2000. Go watch that 2000 playoff run. Kobe picking up PG's full court. Kobe just making plays and being a disruptor defensively all over the place.
Mm.
That never gets talked about. T Mac doing that in 2000. I went
That
and
is a
looked
good.
today.
You should have texted me that. Why didn't
You know what I'm saying? And,
why couldn't Eddie Jones lead that
right.
team? You should have texted me that. That's a good point.
I'm saying like
Because Shaq was still averaging
why
30 in that postseason run. That's a really good point actually.
I don't understand how that gets just jumped over. People don't understand how good Kobe was defensively during that playoff run.
That's why I tried to ask who was a better defender. He was like, I wasn't in the league yet. Oh, okay.
The fact that he even brought up he was getting Scotty comps should signal, oh, he was playing that level of defense. Hello, are we in the same? Are we here? Is everybody here? Are we in the same world? In 2000, in the 99 2000 season, let's look this up real quick. Let's look at his statistics very quickly. Here we go. In 99 2000, he was averaging 15 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, damn near 2 blocks. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? He came in third in six man of the year voting.
Mm.
But I guess he's Kobe. Let's look what was Kobe doing. And this is the weakest version of Kobe, by the way.
Which is the other point that I brought up as well.
This is the weakest version of Kobe in the 99 2000 season that they win with. 99 2000, 22 and a half, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, steal and a half, a block. He came in 12th in MVP voting and 5th in Defensive Player of the Year. 5th in Defensive Player of the Year, first team all defense, second team all NBA, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what year are we saying? We want to say, okay, so maybe they don't win the '01 ring, right? Because I mean not the '01, the 2000. They not winning the 2000 ring because T Mac not there yet. Okay, cool. So when what? They win the '01 ring? Do you want to say they win the '01 ring? Okay. What was Kobe doing in '01? It looks like 28 and a half, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, steal and a half, point 0.6 blocks, ninth in MVP voting, 11th in DPOY, second team on NBA, second team defense. I just want everybody to know he averaged more points in '01 because everybody wants to harp on the point. Oh my goodness, in 2002, 2003, McGrady averaged 32. Okay, fine, cool beans. In '01, I already looked. He averaged like 26 and a half, something like that. So Kobe was playing with Shaq and still averaged more points than him in '01. Now we want to look at the playoff run Kobe had in '01. I mean, obviously, we don't even have, 29, 7 and 6, still and a half, a block. We already know what he did against Sacramento. We know what he did against the Spurs. He also was leading the playoffs in fourth quarter points. And a lot of these championship runs with Shaq. Law already pointed out the fourth quarters Tracy McGrady was having in his playoff runs.
Bro,
they were asking Kobe to close games.
That shit was nasty when he said that. And this is the shit that be blowing me about the whole, well, Kobe would have to deal with double teams. And then all I did was it didn't take me that long at all to find Kobe getting doubled while he was on the floor with Shaq. They ran a pick and roll and put 2 on the ball with Kobe.
Very interesting. You made a great point tonight. You know what I'm saying? I usually be criticizing you. You know what I'm saying? We go back and forth. You were cooking today. The point you made about the hypotheticals are just as bad as the ring culture. Hey, hold on. What the hoes be doing nowadays? Hey, you see it. Clock it. Clock it.
Because I think there's a lot of people. There is a lot of people who live off a hypothetical just as much as people live off that ring culture. It's a bunch of woulda, coulda, shoulda niggas. It's a bunch of woulda, coulda, shoulda rings, deep postseason runs, and then I keep telling y'all, Kevin Love would have been better off if he stayed in Minnesota, putting up a bunch of numbers, and we could have did a whole bunch of woulda, coulda, shouldas with him, and he would have been a hypothetical 2-time champion.
Don't stop at Kevin Love. Add Chris Bosh.
I think Chris Bosh is the same. But Dame is by far the best example. If Dame had stayed in Portland and he had ended his career, I promise you it would have been better off for him doing that rather than going to go play with Giannis and failing in the way in which they did.
What's very interesting when we have these conversations is that these are the 2 players that get hit with this the most. Shout out to Nooska because he said this as well. Steph Curry and Kobe Bryant they're 2 of the most disrespected players because everybody wants to add what if I play with, what if KD came to my team? What if I got to play with Shaq? Again, I want to reiterate, why wasn't Shaq winning with anybody else? He had Penny on his team. They beat Mike in the Eastern Conference Finals to get to the finals. Hello. Why isn't anybody else winning with Shaq? Kobe has more rings without Shaq than vice versa. What are we doing? I don't understand why Kobe gets taxed all the time with this Shaq shit. I'm tired of it. Why wasn't Shaq winning with one of the best backcourts in the league with Eddie Jones and Nick? Why wasn't he winning? And then his 4th ring, the only reason why he even got a 4th is because Dwayne carried his big ass in that playoffs and the finals. What are we doing? I'm tired of this. I'm tired of the Kobe disrespect. Shaq was getting his ass swept. He was getting swept. If I was to replace Kobe. McGrady, you never got out the first fucking round. You never got out the first round. I live in Houston. Tracy's one of my favorite players, bro.
Chat, this is what I mean by sometimes it's actually better to be the hypothetical nigga. Because all props and praise go to T-Mac. But bro, there's a reason why T-Mac couldn't get out the first round, bro. There is a reason. And if the responsibility for Kobe was to close on those teams, bro, T-Mac not closing on those teams is ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. And when you are a hypothetical nigga, you get to pick and choose all the bad parts, all the lows in your moments, and we get to just either blame it on other people or injuries. It's always those 2 things. Same thing with Pippen. A hypothetical, if Pippen was on this team and that team, but niggas will never bring up the fact that when he actually was on a team by himself, was able to get that team to 7 games, and he quit on his team. He quit on that team in 94. All the time. Hypothetical. Dame would have been a hypothetical nigga until he finally got to Giannis. And theoretically speaking, I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of niggas who would have sat there and said, if I got to play with Giannis, just like Chris Middleton did,
Yeah.
Sometimes it's better. It's better to be a hypothetical nigga. Sometimes it's better to just be a hypothetical nigga because you get to get rings that you never were able to really get.
I get wanting to oppose ring culture. I get wanting to oppose, oh, this player has this many rings, so they're better than, X player that maybe didn't win or only has one ring and this, that, and the third. There's a reason. There's a reason why 9 times out of 10, most of the all-time greats have 2, 3, 4, 5 championships. It's because they were that great. Even okay, let's say T Mac replaces Kobe, he gets one. Okay, fine. Well, okay, does he get three in a row?
So now let me ask you what's worse, because this is the point that I was trying to make, but I don't think too many people are understanding. I genuinely want people to ask the question because this goes even to the LeBron debate about going to the finals and losing. Would, in all honesty, chat, would it been a good outcome if T Mac went on that team and only won one championship? Because the goal for Kobe, the mystique of Kobe with Shaq isn't that he won one; it was three in a row. If T Mac went with Shaq and they only won one championship and they failed all those other years, would have been better off for him, or would it have been better for him to just keep his name in the mystique of all-time greatness off a hypothetical?
It would have been better to keep the bro. I'm telling, hey,
Y'all,
I had never even really thought about that till you said, bro, that hypothetical ring be kicking some of y'all ass, bro. It be kicking y'all ass, bro. Them hypothetical. Oh yeah, you could just put this player on this team. He's just gonna win 5. No.
Yes. And
No.
what it allows y'all to do, the hypothetical rings, it allows y'all to just completely overlook all the flaws that this person has. It allows y'all to put them in conversations that they really don't belong in. It allows y'all to look at these players in the greatest positive light possible, while the other people who actually did the thing, who actually did win, always get nitpicked to hell. Damon Curry are the perfect example of that. Until Curry won that Finals MVP, niggas was nitpicking that nigga's career to hell. Dame, hypothetically, you put Dame on that team, of course. Hypothetically, why would they not?
He wins one with KD. That's the only hypothetical ring I've given Dame. He wins one with Kevin Durant over there. Fair. Whatever. I think T-Mac wins one with Shaq. But we do this argument, and I don't care what anybody says. The ring culture debate is not only to praise other people, right, that don't maybe have rings. Kobe is one of the main reasons why we have this discussion, because people want to discredit his rings all the time. And I'm going to say it out loud. People want to discredit Kobe's rings all the time. Oh, he played with Shaq. Why wasn't Shaq winning anything before he got with Kobe? The only rings Shaq has are with the second and third greatest players at a position in the history of the sport. That's it. He had Penny Hardaway. He wasn't winning. He had Eddie. He had Nick. He wasn't winning. He was getting swept. I don't get this logic. And then Kobe goes off and wins 2 without Shaq. He wins 2 of them. He gets the 3 straight finals. And we still sit here like, oh, Kobe had Shaq. What are we doing? As soon as Kobe had a break where he was playing with absolute garbage. As soon as he got another All-NBA caliber player on his team, he was right back in the final.
And you know what's so funny? The other thing that bothers me about the hypothetical ring niggas chat is that when you actually do bring up their failures, they don't want to. Then now all of a sudden we got to use a bunch of context and shit. Like, nigga, 05, that nigga had Yao. He had Yao, bro. And nigga, Yao only averaging 18. Like, Powell was only averaging 18 too. Like, bro, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing?
People always want to discredit Kobe. I don't get it.
Yeah,
I know his analytics aren't the greatest. I know. I get it. His true shooting, his true shooting was fine. His field goal percentage wasn't the greatest. I get it. But
you You know what blew me though is that he started to acknowledge that it takes more than just talent to win a championship. That there's a mentality and you got to be properly prepared. And so I was like, bro, if that is the case, that is the reason why we cannot just run with these hypotheticals with these players. Because I personally do not believe there is a single player in the NBA at that point in time that would have stood up to Shaq and told him what needed to be said to the degree in which they were willing to fight over it. I do not think there's a single player in the NBA outside of Kobe. I don't think there is a single player, not a single one.
And I want to reiterate this point I said earlier. Why is it that Kobe is the only one that we have these discussions with? Nobody wants to bring up Bron. Why doesn't anybody say, hey, in 2011, you put me on that team with Dwayne and Chris hooping like that, I would have won a ring? Why doesn't anybody say that? Why doesn't anybody say, hey, people have not to the extent of Kobe? I'm sorry. We hear this over and over and over again with the Kobe shit. I'm sorry. No, not to this extent. No.
In chat, shout out to NMZ. You should have watched the 0-2 series versus the Hornets, who were without their leading scorer. I see a guy coming up small down the stretch of close games, missed free throws, turnovers, scoreless overtimes, in winnable series. He was outplayed by Baron Davis and then blamed his teammates when he lost. Bro, if we really gets to talking about and this is the reason why I said, T-Mac, this is a very dangerous game. This is a very dangerous game that T-Mac decided to play. It's a very dangerous one. Oh, and then somebody said scroll down. Yeah, we got the whole. You look at Barron's.
You look at Barron's team and look at my team. Do you understand that he has a lot more help? He has guys who can score, guys who can. You have that.
I think he's a rebound
on a nightly basis. Our guys are, I think he said, kind of inconsistent and always searching for guys to come in and rebound. All the focus and attention really isn't on him, bro.
This is
bro. Look, man.
Look, like, bro, I've already broken down this.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. I've broken down all of this. This nigga T-Mac is a habitual loser. I'm sorry. Enough is enough, bro. We have to stop. And y'all know I've already done a video on this. Y'all know I did a video on this years ago. Y'all know it. Why Tracy?
Bro, we hyped T-Mac's Bradley Beal year in Washington.
Yes,
look, bro. I don't want to start trying to I don't want to disrespect Tracy McGrady. I love Tracy McGrady. I really do. He was my favorite player before Kobe. I really don't.
Nigga talking about how he was getting doubled. Like, be serious, nigga. You're one-on-one. You're just missing shots, bro. Like, I'm sorry. You're missing shots.
He hit the other side of the
You're going to the free throw line, missing free throws. Like, bro, I'm sorry. We cannot take you serious. We can't. You got outplayed by Baron Davis in this series, bro. I'm sorry, nigga.
I gotta see. What was even the season? Because mind you, the season that people love to bring up for Tracy McGrady is the 02-03 season where he averaged 32 in Orlando. Cool.
That's the Detroit year. I think they lost to Detroit.
They lost to Detroit.
I actually give him a pass for losing to Detroit in that year because
I'm not even talking about the playoff because they eventually put in
Prince on him.
Tayshaun Prince in the game. He started series. I can't get mad at him getting locked up by Tayshaun. Tayshaun, one of them. It is what it is. You get the defenders get the best of you sometimes. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But even that regular season, Tracy averaged what? 32.
Mm-hmm.
I need people to understand. Kobe at that time was on a tremendous scoring streak, and then Shaq came back. People, do we not remember what was going on? Kobe was having streaks of like 40 plus, 35 plus games all in a row. Shaq was out. To be honest with you, Kobe probably wins that scoring title if Shaq isn't playing that season.
Definitely.
I don't.
It's a lot. I can't. It's just. I just don't understand the obsession. And y'all know, Chad. I think there's fair ways to criticize Kobe, but like, bro, T-Mac coming out and saying what he said to me is just outrageous. It's literally outrageous. 40, 27, 21, 45, 46, 33, 33. Like coming out here just torching.
There's a stretch where he scored in that 0203 season. He scores, I want to say is like 8-9 straight games. He's scoring like 35 plus. Stretch of 40. Like, bro, what? I don't
Here's
look,
Here's
man.
the stretch right here. 40, 38, 42, 35, 46, 42, 51, 44.
Like,
40,
bro,
50,
what are we
40,
talking about?
41. Bro, we gotta stop, man. We gotta stop.
He's Kobe Bean, bro. What are we
stop.
doing? Again, I understand T-Mac was over there scoring 32. How many games did Orlando win that year, by the way?
42 games.
They won 42 games in the East.
Bro, we gotta be serious, bro.
In the East.
We gotta be serious. Kobe was doing this. And again, chat, I just want to be clear. I'm not saying that these conversations didn't exist. I just think when you look back at them, once we realize how dumb the conversations were, I don't think we should then go back to utilize these conversations as talking points. Like, I'm not going to go back and acknowledge how dumb we were when we were arguing Darren Williams and Chris Paul. I'm sorry. Like, we were just dumb. We were dumb.
Darren Williams, Chris Paul conversations. I also remember, because I'm gonna bring it back to LeBron. Because I'm sorry, a lot of people I see making these kind of arguments, you're Bron fans. Let's bring it back to Bron. I remember, because I'm old enough to remember when I was watching television at that time, after that 2011 series, there were polls saying Dwayne Wade was better than him, his own teammate.
Let's go before that. Y'all, there was niggas talking about LeBron and Melo for the first like 3 years.
Come on,
that
bro.
was a conversation. Like, just because people had conversations doesn't mean that there were. And I'm not denying the argument that we were having it, because we were. But I just don't think that those are valid arguments to use when we realize how stupid we were looking back at like how crazy this shit was.
These conversations we're having. Yeah, sure, we're having convos, but then we look back and it's like, well,
I guess we were wrong, huh?
It wasn't a conversation for real. What are we doing? I remember Steph Curry, Monte Ellis conversations.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
It turns out, buddy, it was a dumb conversation. So again, respect to Tracy McGrady. Respect to Tracy.
And y'all know I'm holding my tongue a lot when it comes to T-Mac, because I just don't want to do it. But if
I don't want to shit on T-Mac.
Yeah,
I really don't. I don't want to shit on Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady again is one of my favorites. But we gotta start with this hypothetical ring stuff. When it comes to, he has 5 championships.
Why don't they just pick a nigga who has one? Why not just say Clyde?
One, thank you. Pick somebody that has 1 or 2.
Yeah, go to Clyde. Just go talk about Clyde. If I played with Hakeem, I would have 1. Just say that. Just do that.
It's always Kobe, bro. I'm tired of this.